Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Realistic Subspace Hockey League. Tonight's game between two of the hottest teams in the RSHL. What? Oh, I've been informed. No, they're not, actually. Execution currently 1-1-2 on the season for 4 points. Good enough to sit in 7th spot, while the Dire Wolves have won a game and now are up to 1-4. Tonight, Dire Wolves are the home team. I'm the Red Raven alongside Thrill and Navi. Thrill, these teams aren't hot at all, are they?
No, they aren't really, but they are coming off of their first wins, so at least they're starting to turn things around, and they played pretty well, so we'll see which team is able to continue their winning streak.
Rage has the puck past the blue line. He's looking for Image. More lag in this game than you can shake a stick at. I'm predicting tonight we have Image in the game as well as Acedo. Image and Canna's actually on the ice as well, so that's even more interesting. 1 minute passed in this first period, and already we've seen some stuff. Acedo has the puck. Lauren will intercept that and throw it back to his teammate. Jaywalking dishes it to Image.
Yeah, I see that Rage is in the Spider, and inside information has said that... Hold on 1 second. Alright, so that gets to play. So, basically, Rage said that he hasn't played the game in a week, so that's why he's playing Spider, so he's opting for one of the easier or lower skill cap ships, I guess you could say, to compensate for that.
Rage, speaking of the man, is chasing the Terrier, but Acedo will get that puck first. Image, with some rotation, gets that kill. Rage dishes it up to Image. Here's a chance. Image to Doobie, and it lags through him. Jaywalking picks the puck up and dishes it back to his teammate. Jaywalking to Doobie. Back to Jaywalking. They're playing as if it's hot potato right now. Kana will get the kill. Gives it to Ardos. Gonna notice Trick not in the game for Dire Wolves. Kana now will take it past the blue line. Makes a move. Jean-Claude Van Damme in net for Execution. Shortman has it at the face-off circle. Tries a ball kill, and Kana will get killed by Jaywalking. Otherwise, that could have been successful. Alas, it was not. Rage has it off the board.
Yeah, Shortman got some decent penetration there, but luckily his teammates were able to bail him out with a steal there because Levy can't get back.
We have a breakaway. Rage misses the net. Gilder picks up his first easy save of the period. The first man to play Lancaster this season. No, not the first to play Terrier, that's for sure. Rage has the puck outside the blue line. Jaywalking to Image. They're going to get a chance here. Execution. Oh, no. Image can't hit the net.
Yeah, Rage might get a couple breakaways tonight. He's pretty good on the forecheck. He's good checking in the Spider. Of course, it is a good checking ship, but Spider versus Lancaster is one of the saddest matchups you could see in the game.
Downright depressing that matchup is. Image to Rage right now. Acedo almost breaking out, but wasn't able to get past the defense. Rage gives it back to Jaywalking. Doobie now will try and make something happen.
You know, this is the second game in a row that Trick has not shown for Dire Wolves, which is pretty interesting, seeing as he's the team's primary captain. I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Yeah, rumor has it he has a lady in his life, and we all know how those can ruin Hockey Zone. Image to Doobie, we have a chance! And a bunch of lag there.
Yeah, lag already kind of having an unfortunate impact on this game. There's been a couple of phases right around the crease, and you just never know what's going to happen if those don't phase.
Acedo now has the puck at their own blue line. Jaywalking gets the steal, looking for an opening, but you won't find it on the Lancaster on that short side. Image boards it back to Rage. Speaking of bored, Acedo falling asleep in public chat. Doobie's going to chase this puck and gets killed by Canna, intercepted by Image, and Execution will make another run at this. Execution was expected to be one of the top 3 teams this year, and they haven't shown it. Oh, wait a minute, there's a goal by Jaywalking, and as I'm saying how Execution struggles to execute, Jaywalking puts a puck in the net on their second shot, and just like that, it's 1-0 execution.
Yeah, I mean, he noticed that the Direwolves defense was kind of out of position. Rage did. He called in airstrike. Jaywalking came in and just smashed the opening.
Smashed the opening. 7:26 left in this first period. Blucka does some spinning around as if it's a roller coaster. Somebody let him know it's not. He's not supposed to have fun while refereeing. Puck throws back to Aceto. Jean-Claude Van Damme picks up the puck. No save for him, though. He is saveless in this first 5 minutes. Rage has it at the center ice line. I think it's red, normally. Rage will try to avoid getting killed by Aceto and Puker. Puker on the ice with Canna, 2 weasels. Rage, Image, and Artos will throw it off the back wall. I've been informed the center ice is gray today. Feeling old, perhaps. Weasels passing back and forth, but Rage will not allow for that. He will get the kill. A lot of concern in team chat as to whether or not Trick is okay. We'll have to try to get you an update later on in this first period. Shortman 148 with a kill on Image, but no, Doobie tries to get it back to Jaywalking, but can't do it. Rage has it outside the blue line. Turquoise will try and get by Aceto and Artos. Nobody would ever refer to them as a dynamic duo, but I will try today. Canna probably the Robin of the two in that scenario. Canna has it. Looking for Puker, finds him, and Rage will intercept that pass. And this will allow for Jaywalking to do a one-on-one with Short Man 148. But Jaywalking will smartly wait for his teammate Rage. Doobie and Rage had the puck outside the crease. Short Man will pick it up and somehow doesn't die. Nicely done by him. And now Puker has an opportunity.
Did he just get in the game? Did somebody lag out?
No, he's been in the game for a couple minutes anyway. I'm not sure if somebody lagged out or what the dealio was, or whether it was after the goal. Canna now has the puck outside the blue to Puker. And Jaywalking intercepts only to get killed by Canna. I was trying to think of something clever, some sort of a nickname. Nothing came to me.
Okay, it was a little
It's almost as if my brain lagged. Canna has it at the blue line.
Right, it was Lil Wade. So Lil Wade's kind of laggy, and he's spec'd for Pukers. What looks like what happened.
Rage will try to make a move on Aceto. It just lags through everybody, and Gilder will get another easy save. Best Lancaster this season so far is Gilder, and that's, of course, because nobody else will play this ship, except for Boogeyman, but can't get any playing time right now for whatever reason. Aceto throws it on net. Super Dan with a save. Relatively easy. Rage gets by the 2 weasels, but Jaywalking can't.
Yeah, and some people might be surprised that Rage and Spider, because of course he normally plays. Hold on.
Wait a minute, shot on net. No, misses Jaywalking south.
Decent chance. But people are used to seeing him in the Warbird, but he's always been a transitional player who likes to cycle and control the puck, and Spider, of course, plays to that strength very well. You sacrifice a little bit of offensive power, but I think with Jaywalking and Doobie up there for the finishing, should be fine with that.
Just over 4 minutes left in this first period. 1-0 execution. Direwolves not expected to really win this game or even compete based on the people I talked to today.
Well, you gotta mention, too, that they've got some people missing. This is not exactly Direwolves' strongest line.
Rage throws it off the wall. Image and Canna chasing it. It's like the NASCAR race earlier today. Sort of. Here's Puker with a chance. Gets killed by Jean-Claude Van Damme. One of his very few goalie checks on the season. Certainly no Red Raven. You might even argue that Super Dan's a bit more of a pansy. Here's Doobie. Gets by Gilder and scores. Some people calling crease. I didn't see crease. That looked clean to me. It should be 2-0 execution.
Yeah, and that was a good pass, and Gilder, I don't know, he's a little bit too far out. You don't really come outside of the crease in the Lancaster because, well, you can just abuse its lack of speed, and Doobie just kind of got in behind there.
Well, it's a long time taking to make this call. Could they say it's a crease? It's entirely possible they might. Blucka taking his time because he doesn't want to make the wrong choice. And he doesn't. It's clean. 2-0 execution. Goal by Doobie, assisted by Rage and jaywalking.
Yeah, and Rage, of course, was the guy who made the great pass for the first goal to jaywalking, and he set that play up as well. So being a good playmaker for his team tonight.
I think many would definitely say that Rage is just a little piece of heaven when he's on the ice. Makes everything look so easy. Direwolves trying to get something going right now, but they can't because Image has the puck. And he gets through nobody. Canna has the puck now at center ice. Aceto throws it up to Canna at the face-off circle, and Canna throws it into the northwest portion of the arena. Jaywalking will move it on up.
You know, Direwolves has the double weasel in right now, and I gotta be honest, I'm pretty sure that the double weasel lineups have 0% win ratio this season.
That's certainly possible. There's Laggy Canna. Yikes. Expect to see more of that. You know it's not a good sign when Image is not the laggiest person in the zone, or dare I say it, even the bottom two. Artos has the puck to Puker. It's going to be thrown to center ice. And Cannon will pick it up first, and Rage throws it back to his D-man, Lorne. Jaywalking Chalet leaves that to Doobie. It's kicked up to Rage, drop back for Doobie. Execution trying to get something else going here. And when you only have two weasels on your crease, it's good luck trying to kill anyone.
Yeah, they're just kind of sitting there right around, you know, the goalie and the defenders, and pretty much Execution just kind of taunting them, like, what are you going to do about it? We're here. And Short Man comes up and just gets ripped, so they might take advantage of this.
That puck almost bounces in the net. Gilder decides to wait till the last minute to pick it up. Shortman tries to get it to Aceto, can't do it. 90 seconds left, more like 85, now 84. Jaywalking, coming back on D, potentially. Oh, Rage, can't get a kill on Aceto. Jaywalking tries to steal that puck. Lots of stuff happening here. Ardos, Puker, and Canna, the dynamic duo. And Superdan picks up that puck.
Yeah, I mean, good positioning by Lauren to just kind of be sitting there stationary on the crease on that half of the...
Shoots off the post! Jaywalking blew that one.
But, going back to before...
Hang on a second. Jaywalking tosses it to Gilder, makes the save.
Can you guys stop getting shots on net? I'm trying to say something here.
35 seconds left in this first period. Aceto to Artos, gets killed by Rage.
And Trick has just entered the arena, so he'll probably come in for the next period.
Trick will probably play. I think that's fair to say, as he's probably their best player to show up today. 17 left in this opening period. Aceto trying to make his teammates incredibly happy. That's off the post.
Lagged for me as well.
Oh, I would have lagged through everyone. 5 seconds left. Goes to Gilder. And that period is over. 2-0, Execution leading with goals by players on their team.
Interesting to note that 2 players scored goals on Execution, but Rage is still the highest rated player in the period. And Goldeye has shown as well. So I'm assuming that he'll come in.
Well, he was having lag issues earlier. That's the sole purpose. He wasn't playing the first period. Yep.
I'm assuming that Artos will be the one that sits on the bench. We'll see what they do. You never know. They might try to get Puker or Kane out to avoid the double weasel.
They might not. It's hard to say.
Well, it's interesting too because Puker and Kane are both playing weasel, and both of them are probably, arguably, in the top half of the Direwolves roster in terms of who you expect to play. So I don't know. They'll have to find out a good way to balance that as their season progresses. Whether one of them changes a ship or one of them is kind of relegated to less playing time. They'll need to figure out some kind of, way to deal with that.
44 seconds left in this opening intermission. 7 shots on goal for Execution, 4 for Dire Wolves. Talking a little bit about the NHL draft that occurred today. Big news, perhaps not just the Seth Jones getting picked 4th after being thought to be the #1 pick in the draft, but also for the #9 pick. Corey Schneider traded from the Vancouver Canucks to the New Jersey Devils for that 9 pick, in which they drafted a guy by the name of Bo. It's unclear whether or not he has a last name. We'll have to do some research. Allegedly, it's Horvat.
Thought it was Hockey Bo.
It very well may have been at one point in time, and it could have changed. Other thing as well, the Islanders fans wanted them to pick Horvat, but they ended up getting stuck with Ryan Pollock, who is from the Brandon Wheat Kings, aka the captain of the team that I live in the same town as them, and as him, actually.
So is he actually Polish?
No. Ironically, it is not a lock that he is Polish. Doobie has the puck to 0-7, who's now in the game. Also, Trick is in there. And on the other side, we have... Doobie and 0-7 in the game, so good for them.
Yeah, and apparently Shortman had to leave, so it looks like Artos is going to be stepping in his shoes as stay-at-home defenseman. Not sure I like that decision just because the Javelin is not the best stay-at-home defense ship.
Artos was referred to as Batman earlier this game, so he does have that going for him. Jaywalking, trying to reset. Oh, Canna tries to steal that one, but that was never going to work. Rage tanks a shot, and Aceto's going to come back the other way. Aceto and Canna with Trick and a Spider, not a Warbird, but a Spider. 2 Weasels still on the ice. We have some lag there. Canna has it at the blue line. Half of that was true. He was at a line that would be center ice, the red one. Jean-Claude Van Damme chasing it down. And slams that one off the post. Jaywalking has it. Puck gets tossed to center ice. Canna will pick it up.
Well, 0-7 usually plays the Terrier, but I guess they didn't want to have too many Christmas ships in the lineup. I guess they wanted a Jav in there to replace Blue Goku instead of a Terrier.
It is only June, much too early for Christmas ships. Puker gives it to Canna. It's not even Remembrance Day or Veterans Day if you're an American, or if you're European, I'm sure you might have a holiday. Jaywalking has a breakaway, shoots, and Gilder with a huge save. It's like the giant kid in, physical education class, standing in goal, and you're just throwing the ball at him, hitting him, and you're pretending that he's making great saves.
Yeah, and that ended up being fine. Gilder got the save there, but he needs to be careful about how far he's going to come out in the Lancaster on some of those, because it's different than a Shark. I feel like he's still playing stylistically like a Shark a little bit. And
yeah, he certainly is, and it's not going to help him out. Doobie has the puck just outside the crease. Jaywalking spiked a wee bit. They're going to reset, try to lure some players out, and they do. Oh, Rage steals the puck from Aceto. Jaywalking gets killed by Trick. And Trick will have it at center ice. Double whatever that was on Doobie. Canna back to Trick. They'll just skip it along to Puker. 0-7. And here we go. 0-7 trying to find Rage, but Rage was not 6 feet ahead of where the pass went. 2 Weasels working together. Puker aims carefully. Gives it to Trick, who drops it back to Puker, who throws it to Trick, back to Puker. And that happened. Canna tries to give it back to Artos so they can reset, and Artos will throw it off the board where 0-7 can ball kill his teammate.
Trick playing Spider again, opting to stay out of the Warbird. And I like that decision. I think that checking is really one of the better parts of his game.
Canna with a chance. Goes to Trick, and he was on the crease, but still tried to throw it in the net.
Yeah, pretty good vision by Canna to get the steal and set up that pass across the crease. But nothing comes of it.
0-7, Doobie and Rage on the offense now. Aceto, Puker on D. Jaywalking has a chance. Has a chance. No, Trick with a nice little play.
Nice check, and then spikes around a little to avoid the check. Lots of lag in this game so far.
Tons of lag. Tons of lag. Trick lags it through Doobie. Aceto. Tanks Tricky. Trick to Puker, and jaywalking with a big kill. Tosses it all the way down the ice where Artos will chase it using all his energy. 7 minutes left in this second period. Slap shot off the wall, straight to jaywalking. What a bad play by Batman, aka Artos. That could have been a goal.
Yeah, he tossed the grappling hook out there, but did not connect with its target. I think he's trying to be fancy or cool or something, but that almost backfired horribly.
Yeah, it certainly would have blown up in his face, similar to a batarang. Batman. Although you could make the argument that Batman is also fairly relevant. Trick has it past the blue line. He dodges jaywalking, and by dodges, I mean he was hit by a paintball and just pretend... Oh, the server crashed. That's beautiful.
That pass by Artos was so bad, the server could not handle it. We'll have to restart.
So, how about them, little team?
How about them what? Sorry, you cut out there for a second.
Where do you live?
I live in North Carolina.
Alright, so how about them Hurricanes?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I haven't been following the NHL as much since the lockout. I've just had a hard time getting back into it.
Well, the Carolina Hurricanes did have the number 5 pick this today, and they made a draft choice. They picked a player, I think, who's from Finland. I could be wrong.
It's a good decision. Finnish people, naturally good at hockey from birth.
Teemu Selanne. I'm sure there's more.
They picked Brethel. I'm not sure if he's actually from Finland. He's from one of those countries.
Checking it right now, the Carolina Hurricanes drafted Elias Lindholm, who's from Sweden. I was confusing him with Rasmus Ristolainen, who's from Finland.
They're from Scandinavia. Let's leave it at that. So, another crash during a league game, and I don't remember too many of these happening in recent seasons, the past couple of seasons I've played, so you gotta wonder what's going on with this season so far with a couple of these zone crashes.
Too intense, man. Too intense.
We had 1 in preseason. We've had 2 now in season. Blocka involved in all 3 of them. I can't confirm that. That's totally speculation, and he's definitely involved in 2 of the 3.
Yeah, so the zone should be up pretty soon, I would think. I just saw Goldeye in the arena, and of course he does have the means to restart the zone. So I think it'll probably start up pretty soon. But while we have some downtime, how you been doing today, Red Raven?
I counted out my video game collection. I have 60 PlayStation 2 games. I have 100 Super Nintendo. I've got 20... what system did I have 20 of? You know what? I don't know which system I have 20 of.
Dreamcast? Sega
I
Genesis?
do not have a Dreamcast. I have a bunch of Game Boy Advance, DS. Looks like I've got about 16... No, that might actually be 20 NES games, which is nice. Couple Wii... Couple Xbox, which I don't actually have. I thought they were Xbox 360 games. 12 Genesis. Or 11 Genesis, rather. 5 PSP. And probably somewhere in the range of 20 to 25 TurboGrafx 16.
It's a pretty impressive collection. Did you start collecting vintage video games at some point in time, or did you just save all of those older games from the past?
A little of column A, a little of column B. To be honest, with the PlayStation 2 games, as you know, I've purchased 20 in the past week and a half, and I've played one of them for the amount of time of 35 minutes. And it's because of the deals that these local stores are putting on. For example, one of the things that they're telling you to do is go over and pick up as many games as you can with your one hand, and if you can pick them up off of the table and hold them for a second without dropping any, you get all of those games for $5. So I was able to get 12 games that way.
Yeah, so that's actually really cool. I'll have to check out and see if I can get some games that way. I don't think it's going to be the same. That seems like a Canada thing where you can get super good deals like that, because I've never gotten any good deals like that.
It's a specific store that allows you to do that, and some of the games that I was able to get were like Gran Turismo, the original Spider-Man. So they're not phenomenal. They're not phenomenal games, but I mean, if you can get Gran Turismo 4 and Spider-Man plus and other random games like SmackDown, Know Your Role or whatever the heck it is, you know what? That's pretty sweet for $5.
You know, I'm going to go to the website and confirm this real quick, but apparently it looks as though Mr. Highlight Reel, Tony Mayo, has left the Direwolves roster.
Really?
I've been informed the server's back up.
All right, let's test it out.
What's your favorite video game of all time, Thrill?
You know, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough. It's like asking somebody his favorite movie, man. That's a hard one to figure out.
Shawshank Redemption. What's wrong with you? It's the best movie of all time. Made in the best year of all time.
You know, I really enjoyed Resident Evil 4.
Are you seriously? Favorite movie of all time? Resident Evil 4?
I thought you said favorite video game.
You know what? My favorite movie of all time is probably All Dogs Go to Heaven 2.
His favorite video game is Resident Evil 4?
I don't know if that's my all-time favorite. I'm just trying to think of what my answers would be, and I'm thinking of video games that I really enjoyed. Chrono Trigger, pretty good.
See there, now you're starting to earn some respect.
There we go.
Chrono Trigger is an amazing game.
And rife with mythological inaccuracies, but I really enjoyed the God of War series as well.
I actually have not played that yet. That's one of the games I picked up for the PS3. God of War Collection. Came free with my system. I've heard good things, though.
It's really cool. It's actually got that similar mechanic to Resident Evil 4, except it actually happens a lot more. The mechanic I really like, where it has like the cinematic cutscenes, and then you have to press the button, you know, with fast reaction time to make the next sequence happen. I really enjoy those.
One of these days, Thrill, we're going to have to make a little podcast where we discuss our favorite video games of all time.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. But getting back to the Hockey Zone, the important stuff. So, apparently...
I like Earthbound. I think Earthbound's a great Super Nintendo game.
That was a great game.
Yeah, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Those actually were epic.
Yeah.
Ray, but don't they have Earthbound in the portable 3DS?
No, sadly you do not. If you did, I'd purchase it. It can be purchased in the virtual, what do you call it?
Like their cloud storage?
Virtual console. Virtual console for the Wii U. As of right now, you cannot purchase it for the 3DS. If you could, I'd buy it. Some people saying their favorite video game series are Golden Sun, River City Ransom, although I haven't played the sequel. I do have the original for the NES. Favorite video game series for me would be Pokemon's up there, Ace Attorney is up there, the Mother series, which is Earthbound, Mother 3, and Earthbound 0 are all fun games. What else is up there for me for video game series? Mario Kart's pretty good. Mega Man is good. Sonic is good.
Yeah, Mario Kart's fun, and that's one of those games too that even the girls that hate video games, girls love to play Mario Kart.
Smash Brothers is up there. I can't wait to get the 3DS version for it. Final Fantasy Tactics is one of those games that I just absolutely love, because in that game, your characters, when they die, they can die for real. And when you've been playing through the game, you become attached to some of those characters. And I think that, you know, great series all around.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Final Fantasy Tactics, actually. It's a good one.
Have you?
Cozy says Zelda, but more specifically, I think, you know, just saying Link games as opposed to Zelda games.
Have you guys played any, like, do you guys have any favorite multiplayer games?
Best multiplayer game that I've ever played where I've gotten the most value or the most playtime out of would be Tetris Attack for the Super Nintendo. Even if you're not very good at it with other people, you can play and just try to get the highest score in the time trial, which is what my sister and I always did. Smash Brothers is a great multiplayer game.
Smash Brothers, yeah, epic multiplayer game that increases the enjoyment by a lot. Did you guys ever play F-Zero X64 for the Nintendo 64?
I've played some of the F-Zero games, so I'm not a huge fan.
I was not a huge fan of the series, but the version for the Nintendo 64 is actually pretty epic.
I did hear that was pretty good. Cozy, I actually agree with him 100%. The best video game, in my opinion, or one of the best video games ever, Final Fantasy VI. My favorite Final Fantasy, and obviously a great series. And I think many people would say that it's the best series out there. I think you can make that argument. I don't agree, but you can make that argument.
Yeah, I guess that's arguable. I mean, I have not been a fan of a lot of the more recent Final Fantasy games. I think Final Fantasy X is the most recent Final Fantasy that I really enjoyed.
I agree, and I'm just going to ask you here as well, did you play any of the Twisted Metal games? Because I remember some of them being kind of fun.
I played a couple of the Twisted Metal games on the original PlayStation, and it wasn't mine, it was my friends. You know, it's kind of like you go over, your parents have dinner with their parents, and then it's like, oh, let's play Twisted Metal and blow cars up. And so we would do that. And it was reasonably fun, but I couldn't see enjoying it for an extended period of time. It was more of like an occasional thing.
Well, the puck has been dropped. Trick has it for Direwolves right now. 6:30 left in this second period after that extended zone crash. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask the hosts to get some discussion going, we can certainly do that as well. Wow, Trick had an opportunity to get the puck to Puka for a goal, but Rage with great defense. And now Little Wade back in the game. Hopefully his knees have healed. Jaywalking has the puck at the wall. He gets killed by Canna. People keep saying Goldeye. I'm going to say GoldenEye is a great game as well. Here's Jaywalking with a chance. No, Artos, who's now in goal for Direwolves. Jean-Claude Van Damme saying saying something. 0-7 shoots, scores! People confused, and that was an obvious lag goal.
I guess I was the only person that did not see a phase on that play, so server at strong work there.
Yeah, I didn't see a phase per se, but it definitely went through a player, and you can't do anything about that. Blocka drops the puck. Trick has it off the board.
You know,
walking back to Rage.
I see some comments about people really hating on 0-7 for some reason, but I gotta be honest. I mean, he's not the best player in the world, but he's surprisingly solid. And he's solid in a lot of areas. Like, he can check, he can kind of make passes and shoot. I think he's actually kind of similar to Blue Goku. Maybe not quite as good, but I think he's that kind of player that you can really depend on to, you know, do decently in your lineup. So, I don't know. I think that he doesn't get as much credit as maybe he deserves, and I think people are being a little too harsh on him.
Yeah, I mean, 0-7, I played with him a ton in 2v2, and by a ton, I mean whenever I was playing, he seemed to be around, and we always seemed to dominate. And so I like to think that 0-7 is one of those guys that just makes people better. Hang on a second. Jaywalking versus Artos, one-on-one. Scores 3-0 execution. Jaywalking puts that one in the net. No mistake. And just like that, it's 3-0 for execution.
Well, yeah, and you got to think you probably see that coming on the breakaway because Jaywalking, of course, one of the best forwards. I mean, I don't think anybody would dispute that. One of the most talented forwards in the game. And Artos, I mean, breakaways usually go in the favor of the goalie, but Artos is not really a regular goalie. It's not his primary position. So, I mean, a high-tier forward is probably usually going to score on a forward or a mid substituting in for goalie.
And now Artos is out and Gilder is in.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure if Gilder was lagging before or maybe he came in slightly after the period started or something. I don't know. Maybe they were trying to do some weird lines or something.
Aceto is out of the game. He's out of the arena, and Artos is back in. Puck will be dropped just under 5 minutes to go in the second period, and Canada will throw the puck up north, and lots of stuff happens. Jaywalking finds Rage, and they're going to try and get another goal. 3-0 execution. To me, anyway, no real surprise. Execution wanting to get more wins and prove that they are better than a 7th-ranked team, like a certain goalie seems to think they are. That goalie, of course, being Execution's goalie, Super Dan. Spoiler. Doobie with Jaywalking. Doobie and Jaywalking. Oh, a shot! And they score! 4-0 for Execution. That would be a hat trick for Jaywalking if this counts as clean, which I think it should. Yes, there it is. Unassisted.
Yeah, that's 2 goals in about 30 seconds for Jaywalking. So obviously, I mean, those are some good numbers for him. And you got to say, I mean, you can't be that surprised by the game. And of course, Execution being a little dominant here. But what some people aren't taking into account with Execution's standings and performances is they've had a really tough schedule. And now that they're starting to face some of these teams that are a little lower on the standings table, I think they're going to start really running away with a lot of these games.
And now they're going to try and keep Super Dan's shutout intact. 0-7 in Doobie. Here's another chance. Shoots. No! Big stop by Gilder. And Gilder makes a save. Good for him. Jaywalking, trying to find Rage, but cannot do it. Throws it too far south. In 4 minutes, we will have the Thrill Talks About Stuff for as long as it takes me to put a Band-Aid on my thumb show. In the second intermission. Doobie, wow, that was a nice little catch from Canna. He's just so good at that. I'm not really sure how that happened. And now Aceto will go one-on-one with Lorne. No, he will not. He'll wait for Canna. God, my thumb hurts. Aceto has it just past center ice. Rage will pick it up. Jaywalking catches it. It really looks like the Direwolves logo in the center has some sort of sideburns problem. 0-7 to Jaywalking. Cannot find Rage. 3 minutes now to go in this second period.
So people want to know what's going on with the thumb.
I was trying to take the, you know when you buy a new vehicle and it has the tags on the keychain? I was trying to take the tags off, and it actually split my nail in half. Here's a chance, trick, no! Jean-Claude Van Damme with a rare goalie check. And you know Super Dan absolutely hates having to do any sort of work, so he's not going to be happy about that one.
That sounds painful, right, Raven?
It actually was. I should take a picture of it. It's pretty sweet. Rage has it outside the blue line. Gives it to Aceto for some reason. We'll try to clear the puck.
You know, I got to be a little critical of Artos here because of the chat. Somebody had told Artos that watching this was painful, and Artos' response was, "I stopped caring." So if that's true and he just stopped caring and started letting in goals, that's pathetic. And if you're just pretending that you stopped caring, either way, that's not cool, man.
Some people take this game seriously, one of which is Canna, who has a breakaway. Never mind, Lorne takes that away. And then gives the puck to Trick, who gives it to Canna, who gives it to Aceto.
Who gives it to
Puker. There's no goal opportunity here as Jaywalking gets that check. It's like Christmas. 3-on-1, Doobie, 0-7 in Rage. Hang on a second, there's Trick. Jaywalking Jaywalking. No, he has nothing there. Jaywalking gives the puck to Rage. I almost said Thrill, but he's not in the game. Rage to Doobie, and we might have another chance here for execution. No, Artos makes a nice play. Some people thinking this might be a 10-0 game. I think that's a bit ridiculous to say. Maybe.
Well,
Kana lags out.
Thrill, the thing about Artos, I mean, I think he's saying he stopped caring because of the whole... They're down by 4, so... Like, he stopped caring about the scoreboard a long time ago. Because his team is not playing as he wants.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't like it. I mean, 4-0 is not an insurmountable lead by any means.
Here's Trick with Puker, and Aceto shoots. He misses the net.
Oh, I think he had that.
And Rage will pick up the puck. 34 seconds left in this second period. I guess Thrill can talk to Navi while I'm putting on a Band-Aid. 2 Band-Aids, because the first, it's not going to stick on by itself. Jaywalking had a chance there, but couldn't pick up the puck. Back to Rage, to Jaywalking, Doobie, and Rage now. Lots of stuff happening here. 13 seconds left, Trick with the interception. And now Direwolves will try to get a goal on the board with 7 seconds left. And no, Rage will save it. Jaywalking off the boards, and bada bing, bada boom. Second period over.
All right. The Red Raven is going to go put a Band-Aid on his thumb.
Yep.
And, well, I mean, not too surprised by what's going on in the game so far. How you doing, Navi?
I'm doing good, just watching the game. Not really surprised by the scoreboard. I mean, we kind of expected this from Execution now that they have a better schedule.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it certainly is not something that surprises me. You know, we could talk about Red Raven right now, and he would never know until he watched the recorded video.
Yeah.
Did you hear him talking about his video game collection? Nerd.
So, I mean, I think Direwolves has had a couple of chances. They've missed a couple of shots, but other than that, I mean, like, just small chances. They haven't really created good opportunities. What do you think,
they have
Thrill?
0 shots. They have 0 shots since the server recycle, and I don't think they had too many before then. Maybe 3 or 4.
I guess that Aceto shot to the lower post didn't count as a shot.
Well, anything that actually hits the post or is going to, it actually does not count as a shot.
Oh,
It doesn't
okay.
register. Kind of a little kink module there. It's one of its quirks.
Speaking of quirks, did anyone else find it funny that Thrill, of all people, called me a nerd?
Probably not. Maybe that's part of the joke.
Part of the joke, speaking of jokes, you know, the more I read about this Hitler guy, the more I don't really like him.
I found that the opposite was true for me.
See, they always say that he's a really good speaker, but basically all I've ever seen of the man is just incoherent yelling.
Pretty much, and you know, if you really want to get into Hitler, you gotta read Mein Kampf. You can't just watch those silly, crappy quality videos of his speeches.
Well, you really got to know about his life. You got to read about his childhood.
You also need to find out. You need to find the English version of it, because if you try to read it in German, eventually the caps lock will just get under your skin. And we're about to start this third period here. 11:55 left. If you guys get bored later, look up Norm McDonald on YouTube. You're welcome ahead of time. Aceto has the puck to Puker, and the Direwolves are in dire straits right now. Image with a chance. Artos with a huge defensive kill. And you're going to notice that Jean-Claude Van Damme is in a Warbird, and Lorne is the goaltender for this team because Hamster is no longer on it. He has since bailed on Execution to join Empire. Oh, that shot's on net. He just misses as he hits the post.
Good try by Artos. Good try.
Yeah, and like I was saying before, one of the module's quirks, shots that go off the post do not register, so Direwolf's still at 0 shots since the server recycle.
11 minutes left in this third period. Image and Rage and Jean-Claude Van Damme working together. Working together. Here's Super Dan with a chance. Misses the net. Yikes.
Super Dan going to try his hardest to be the leader of his team in puck time, even though he's only played for one period. We'll see if he can reach that goal.
It's entirely possible. Rage to 0-7 to Image. What is going on? Let's just keep missing the net, ladies and gentlemen. Aceto has the puck to Puker.
You know, this is like the most laggy players I've seen in a single game since Admirals.
You know, because I'm broadcast... Well, geez, what awful lag. What I was going to say is, if I were to make a team of players that I wish would all be on one team so I can just keep saying they're passing to each other and people listening to the broadcast will think I'm crazy, I think it's fair to put Puker right up there with Curly Pubes in the people I'd want on that team.
Yeah, that's pretty good point.
Puck comes back to the blue line. And Artos loses it to Aceto. Trick might actually make that team as well, depending on context. Southeast corner of the arena is where it is right now. Trick will pick it up. 0-7 has it. Rage to Image. And they're going to make something happen here. Puker on D. Here's Image to... Oh my goodness, so much stuff. No DC there, in my opinion.
Kana comes skipping like a little schoolgirl.
That's what people do. 0-7. 9-11 left in this third period. Oh my goodness.
Your voice makes me skip like a little schoolgirl, Raven.
I've heard that from many a man. Kana has the puck. And Artos now, a.k.a. Batman. His partner, I think it was Kana, was Robin. Yeah, that's what happened. Two Javelins working together here, 0-7. Here's a chance. And Jean-Claude Van Damme had a wide open net, but the puck never got to him.
Well, you gotta say from Artos, he might be Robin and Direwolf's chance of scoring a goal this game.
You could say that. You could say that. Trick crosses the center ice with Puker. Bob Puker. Trick finds Artos. Look at this. Shoots, scores! Puker! And just like that, the shutout... Well, I mean, Super Dan's shutout's still intact, but Lawrence has been destroyed, and it's 4-1 execution.
You know, I gotta say, I would have enjoyed it much more. It looked like that pass sharp from Artos, whatever it was actually going to go in. And given the last comment that I just said, I really would have enjoyed it if that was the goal that actually happened. Scumbag Puker scoring the goal.
Trick wins the face-off. Things are happening. Look at this exciting stuff. Image now has the puck, and goal. Kana, who looks like Goldiana Weasel. Jean-Claude Van Damme south of the goal. Trick to Artos. Oh, but 0-7 with a kill. And 0-7 has Rage and Jean-Claude Van Damme with him. 3-on-2. And there's a shot by Super Dan. Oh, it's a big kill by Trick. Huge there. Wow.
Yeah, that's lag goal.
Was it?
Yeah, for me at least, it was pretty lag. At least, yeah, it's unanimous on the ref rec. Frequency.
Nobody
whatever
says
people
freck.
want to say. He shut the freck up, alright? Come on, say it how I want.
You must have many freckles on that face. Oh, a leg out.
Not too surprising. Lots of lag in this game.
Many a lag in this game.
Muchos lagos.
There is some rumors that Rage was originally meant to play Charlie Conroy. Charlie... What was his last name?
I think it was Conway. Are you talking about the guy from Mighty Ducks?
Of course I'm talking about the guy
I think
from Mighty
it was
Ducks.
Conway. I'm pretty sure it was Conway.
Charlie Conway. Conright. Yeah, I think it's Conway.
How did the Band-Aid go? Did you wrap it all the way around and just stick it on there?
I ended up grabbing 3 Band-Aids.
So, wow, you're a soldier, kind of marching on here.
Yeah, I'm the one that Eminem sings about in his song. Image crosses the blue line, and Dragon Wing Zero will pick it up. Dragon Wing Zero. Hang on, it's lagging through a Cedo. I think Dire Wolves is setting up for the Flying V. No, they got out of position, and now 07 has a breakaway. It's like Mighty Ducks 3 all over again. 07 throws it down, and Trick will pick it up.
Yeah, 07 definitely usually passes on those plays from what I've seen. He doesn't try to be selfish to take the glory, and it looked like he was going to take that pass down south, and Trick read that as well, recognizing that and checking the player coming off the ball. So smart play from Trick there. But
here we go. It's a 3-on-1. A smaller version of the Flying V, triangle formation. And more lag.
At this point, Dire Wolves should just spec Kana, because how can you, even if he doesn't lag out, how are you going to generate any offense with this?
Jean-Claude Van Damme with the breakaway. Here we go on Gilder. Shoots. No. A big kill by the goaltender. And more lag.
And some people on Execution are requesting for Kana to be spec'd, but if I were them, I'd want him in. I mean, all his passes are phasing. Dire Wolves cannot generate offense with his lag right now. He does lag out.
Here's a chance for Rage. Throws it, and Gilder with the biggest save of the night. Not really.
Not the best shot you've ever seen Reg take. Actually, maybe possibly the worst shot Rage has ever taken in his entire
Puker shoots!
Misses
the net. Big miss by Puker. They're going to cross center ice. 5.5 to go in this third period. Hang on 1 second. Puker. Here's Aceto getting by his defender. 1-on-1 with Trick. Shoots! And Lorne with his biggest save of the night. Which is still not saying much. Here come the 2 javelins with Rage and Schuperdan.
I have never seen Aceto take a shot from less than like that little circle there. He always tries the snipes for some reason. He needs to change to a Weasel or something like that. If that's going to be, the sole shot he's going for.
5 seconds left. Here's a chance. 3-on-0. 3-on-0. Superdan. What is that? Wow, it's a goal. Superdan scores.
And lag here, personally.
Who did it lag through in your eyes?
The goaltender.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I saw that way outside his procs.
I don't know, man. Lank has pretty big procs. Disappeared for me.
Crazy, man. Superdan says it was lag after the call.
Yeah, 4-2 was the vote on the ref rec. I personally didn't think he had a chance. I mean, I think Superdan just trying to appeal to the fans there, that didn't really have any chance of scoring, hogging in a Warbird when the Lancaster's already on his side like that.
Puck gets dropped. It's Artos and Puker together, working together as a team. It's almost as if they went to one of those bonding camps and doesn't work out very well for them. Here's a chance. Rage 07. Gilder makes that little bit of a goalie steal.
Yeah, you could see Rage's bullet come out. He's really hoping that 07 would give him a flash pass right back and get a quick shot off the net. But
the score! Jean-Claude Van Damme gets one. And Execution now leads 5-1. Assisted by Rage.
Yeah, so Superdan showing, he's the utility player, can play in any position, coming out and maybe arguably having more offensive production than some of other Execution's forward plays as soon as he hits the ice.
4:07 left. Dire Wolves in dire straits. Haven't used that one yet tonight. Puck is dropped. Rage will get killed by Goldeye, and they're going to come back the other way, trying to get a goal right now. Goldeye looking for Puker. Goldeye shoots, misses the open net that Artos was giving him. And Rage comes the other way with 0-7. Finds Image, and that happened. Aceto picks up the puck. Super Dan with the steal. They're going to keep the pressure on. Here's another shot on goal and saved by Gilmore.
Wow, that was some huge procs.
That's Jean-Sebastien Giguère from when New Jersey won the cup there. Oh, wow, big save by Lauren-ish.
Anaheim, is it? Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anaheim versus New Jersey. Then Scott Stevens killed Paul Correa. Trick and Goldie. Goldeye to Aceto. Hey, Doobie, if you want your mind blown, go watch some hockey in the mid-'90s and look at how big the pads got from when Jiggy was awesome in that entire playoffs, and how they were in the 90s. It's actually quite hilarious.
You know,
puck comes up.
You know, it's pretty funny. A little blonde moment for me, I guess. A little rusty on my NHL trivia, because you were talking about Paulson and Korea, and I was like, why is he talking about Paulson? Hey, Korea, is he a racist? Let's go.
A wee bit.
Like, not even joking. That's literally the first thing that popped into my mind. And I was like, oh, he means the player, Korea.
Speaking of Korea MASH, great show. Lots of missed nets here for execution. Oh, what a leg pass to Goldeye shoots. Lauren gets a free save.
For people that are telling Super Dan to stop hogging, he's just being himself, don't hate on his personality. He was the captain of Puck Time Warriors.
2 minutes left in this fest. Here's another opportunity. Starting to get tired. Trick to Artos. And Artos with a move. Goldeye with stuff. Here's Artos, shoots, scores! Artos puts the puck in the net. And just like that, it's 5-2, 3-1.
Yeah, Artos looking like an RSHL superstar in this period.
RSHL superstar, you couldn't say it else otherwise. Here we go, 90 seconds left. Image to Jean-Claude Van Damme. And just like this, it'll be 6-2. How? Okay, that happened, and here comes the other team. Unbelievable. Some of the biggest proxies I've ever seen. And that's the danger for our players, is the game is getting bigger and faster in terms of the lag and the procs. That it's just dangerous.
Yeah, and it doesn't help having some of these players that are in the game either. I mean, you got to say, Gilder is, over there in Europe, and he's lagging less than half of the players in this game.
Oh my God, wide open net, he scores, Goldeye, and Dire Wolves is only down 2 goals with 35 seconds left in this Hockey Zone game.
Yeah, and are they going to mount a comeback? And probably not, but you never know.
If they do, I'm going to bed, and there will not be a broadcast for overtime.
Great!
So, Super Dan getting the time he wants on offense, but how much is execution suffering for at this period with Lauren back there in net, letting in a couple of goals?
Letting in a couple of goals. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness. Goldeye. With a chance. Watch out for Pie saying that if Dire Wolves ties this game, he will shave his African panda. Image to Rage, and Super Dan misses the net again. Wow.
It's over.
It's over. Puck comes up to center ice. 2 seconds left. Final score, execution 5, Direwolves 3. I need to be up in a couple hours, so Thrill, what's your last little comment in 20 words or less?
Well, you know, it's about what was expected. Execution kind of ran away with it. Direwolves got a couple of goals at the end, but, you know, Execution's probably going to start doing this a lot more often now that they've got their new schedule up.
37 to 38 words. Thrill doesn't listen to directions, but thank you for doing color commentary. Navi Broadcasting, I'm the Red Raven. Make sure you tune in for tomorrow's game between Team 1 and Team 2. On behalf of everybody involved, have a wonderful rest of your Canada Day tomorrow.
Good night.
The rest is up to you.